And Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. So Golden State will get the first possession. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court for the Bucks. On the perimeter, it's Middleton and Giannis. John Henson out there with Maker, and it's Bledsoe in at the point guard position. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. They get Andre Iguodala.
Yeah, I don't know how you deal with the length of a Antetokounmpo. I mean, his name is long enough, and then you look at the body.
This is his first free throw of the game.
77% shooter at the line a season ago. Those are better than average numbers.
The amount of production that Giannis gives you in all aspects of the game is probably the most head-scratching, astounding part of his play. Points, rebounds, assists, block shots, run the floor. What else do you need, Kevin?
Bledsoe against Young. Makes it off the glass.
Terrific team play as Draymond was willing to give up his body to get a teammate open.
Warriors on D. Young with the steal. Durant against Antetokounmpo. Left side Durant. There's the dish to McGee. Durant kicks to Iguodala. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Tries it from 19, and he hits the jump shot.
Vintage KD, quick trigger on the catch and shoot.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Here's Antetokounmpo, and that one is off. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. Young with the ball. Now guarded by Middleton, and Young kicks to Green. Nailed from three-point land. Green's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Dishes it to Antetokounmpo to end the run. Antetokounmpo can't get that one to fall.
No doubt disappointed with that one. He'd love to have that one back.
Yeah, I'd put that play on repeat. The setup was perfect. Just need a better result next time.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive. And you'll take that shot every time down. Beautiful work all the way around.
And Brent, in your younger years, your dad, of course, played for the Golden State Warriors. You have connections with the Bay Area, certainly. Any memories of watching the old Warriors team play?
Well, of course, Kevin. I was a ball boy when I was 4 years old, and I remember getting into the locker room and having a chance to get on the practice court and riding to the arena with my dad. And then my years in high school when I made my way there to watch Run TMC and spent my summers with Chris Mullin trying to get myself ready for the NBA. I love the Bay Area. I love where I'm from, and I have to admit it, I love the Warriors.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. He kicks it to Henson. It's stolen by Green. Now here's Durant. He's tightly guarded. Doesn't go for him. Bucks trail by 6. Antetokounmpo passes to Henson. Great tee that time from Green.
Credit the defense, wisely avoiding fouling the shooter. Don't want to give up a personal there. And he made him attempt a difficult layup.
Durant, no good.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
And sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
Watching Giannis and how he's able to score out there, he isn't really a consistent shooter from deep.
Well, I think what's fascinating, Kevin, is that he's dominating the game from basically around 16 feet into the rim. And with that kind of length, that's basically one step around the defender, and all of a sudden he's a threat to score or do some damage with the pass.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And Antetokounmpo, also known as the Greek Freak, he's a very exciting player, continues to improve, and does a little bit of everything on a nightly basis.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. Hey, Brent, Jerry West once said that his ultimate lineup would feature 5 6'9" players. I like that. In a league that features so much switching, and you were just talking about this, would that be the perfect recipe for a versatile lockdown defender?
Well, I'd take 4 6'9" players in Jerry West. How about that? That might be pretty
Always
good.
include West with anybody, right? West with anybody.
No doubt about it. At 6'9", I think what Jerry's alluding to there, Kevin, is the fact that each of those guys would have a tremendous amount of length to cover up the floor. So foot quickness, lateral movement, and then that length to bother anybody, not only challenging shots, but also getting to the rim and making sure that there's some protection around the interior part of your defense.
Now here's Durant. Back to Livingston. And the Warriors miss again.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, sometimes it takes a while for all that length in Giannis to catch up to those feet, but once he does, man, he can explode.
Pick by West. Outside, Green. Durant for 3, and the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
Now, this is a quarter that he would love to forget as soon as possible, not getting anything to go.
Iguodala with the steal. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Livingston is running. No one near Iguodala as he lets it go. And the wing jumper offline. If they time it right, they can end this quarter with a 2 for 1.
And that's how you want to end the quarter.
That ties it up.
Pretty calm in the paint there from Jabari, taking his time and getting the shot that he wanted.
It's Durant on the wing. Antetokounmpo defending, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Chris Middleton. That's his first foul.
First personal foul, team's first.
Iguodala against Middleton. Iguodala left side. Just 4 to shoot. Goes up on the wing, and the jumper is on the mark.
Well, a favorite spot for KD there. He has no trouble converting from mid-range with his feet set or off the bounce.
And here's Livingston. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. The Warriors on top. They're up by 2. Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And the Warriors. The Bucks trail. On the court for Milwaukee here in the second. Giannis and Parker, the explosive forward pair. Terry is out there with Chris Middleton, and it's Zeller in at the 5.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And the arc Iguodala has on his three-point shots, almost like he's drawing rain from time to time.
Brent, some incredible players have put on the jersey for the Bucks in their storied history. You have a favorite Bucks player who you always appreciated watching?
Well, I'll name 3, Kevin. First, Jack Sikma. Second, Sidney Moncrief. And third, Terry Cummings. Those were some of the more incredible offensive teams during the 1980s that do not get enough credit.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. JaVale McGee's checked in for West. Young comes in for Sean Livingston. And Durant subbed in for Cook. The shot by Middleton, wide open. Sinks the triple. Middleton's got the lead up to 2 now for the Bucks.
See how skilled Middleton is, ready to pull the trigger, and the defense is going to have to do better.
Iguodala kicks to Young. Pass to Green. Shot clock at 6. And Young, here we go. A shot off that time. Good work defensively by Terry. For Milwaukee, they've gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Middleton for 3. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
And that's what Middleton is known for, a remarkable outside shooter, and that release got off pretty quick.
And the slam dunk by McGee.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Terry against Durant. Terry dishes to Middleton. Back to Terry. Iguodala with the steal. And now here's Durant, the fast break opportunity. Shots good from Young.
And this is where KD is so versatile. The defense playing him to shoot. He spots the open man, hits them with the perfect pass.
Timeout called, the Bucks. And after Kevin Durant made his decision to leave the Oklahoma City Thunder, he instantly became one of the most polarizing players, it seemed, Greg, in the NBA.
Listen, Kevin Durant has always been a star in this league, but now he's become the story. It's something that he can handle but doesn't try to seek out. Was able to prove all the naysayers wrong and just having another amazing season.
Different look here for the Warriors. Pachulia, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. West comes in for Green. Caspi, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Livingston in for Durant. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Thonmaker's checked in for Zeller. John Henson comes in for Parker. Anis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Shabazz Muhammad. And Tony Snell subbed in for Chris Middleton. It's Solomon Antetokounmpo. A wide open look here for Terry. And Henson kicks to Maker. It's stolen by Livingston. Caspi passes to Livingston. Back to Caspi. The trade hits the three-point bomb. And the Warriors lead by 2.
Great vision from Sean Livingston, scanning the floor and finding the man.
Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Back to Pachulia. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation.
3 seconds. Technical foul.
Well, I think Omri Caspi has been underappreciated and didn't play much for the Kings last season. Waived by the Pelicans after injuring that thumb, and hard to figure because he can give you quality minutes.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. And Greg Caspi, an excellent rebounder and a pretty good three-point shooter.
Versatile, he can play either forward position, and his shooting and toughness makes him a great acquisition.
The Bucks making a switch here. Muhammad's checked in. Young dishes to Pachulia. Now a timeout called by Golden State.
And he's probably looking at some matchups on the floor he'd like to take advantage of.
Now, I'm interested in what he's seeing and then what kind of play they run coming out of this timeout.
Hey, Brent, what's more important, offense or defense? Some guys are great at both.
Well, offense is sometimes what you get paid for, Kevin, but defense is where you need a buy-in. And so to me, it's always the defense and the way that you construct that camaraderie on that end of the floor, that communication on that end of the floor that's going to make the difference in your season.
Don't you love two-way players, though, guys that play hard at both ends? It's hard to do, but the guys that do it well really stand out.
Well, it's not football, Kevin. There's two sides that you have to play in basketball, and certainly the more equipped that you are to play both, the more playing time you're going to see for a coach.
Rest outside. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Inside, Pachulia. Rebound, Milwaukee.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
On offense, here are the Warriors. They've got an 8-0 run, and there's the call on Shabazz Muhammad. That's his first foul.
Shabazz Muhammad. First personal foul, team's first.
Here is Caspi. Muhammad covering. Livingston with it. Shot is good off the back rim and in. And the Warriors lead by 5.
Great form on the Livingston jump shot there. He knows he's got the green light in the mid-range.
kicks to Snell. For the three, and it's blocked.
And offensively, they've gotten stuck on the perimeter, falling in love with the jumper.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
I feel like the strength of this Milwaukee Buck team is in their wing play, a great collection of talent who can mix and match and play a bunch of positions, a lot of switchable defenders out there, and most of their scoring production comes from that wing position.
And the Warriors with a completely new five on the floor. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Zeller, he's checked in for Thon Maker. Parker comes in for Henson. And Antetokounmpo's checked in for Shabazz Muhammad. And it's Terry in for...
On the pick and roll, you almost have to play Durant to shoot, but his ability to create opportunities for others is also elite.
And that was Under Armour bringing you that replay. Unleash chaos. And what a play it was. Zeller setting the pick for Antetokounmpo. They double-team Bledsoe. 5 to shoot. They get it back. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. Terry in the corner. Bledsoe outside. They need this one. It's not going to go for him.
Yeah, it just seems whatever they do, nothing's working right now to stop the bleeding.
I still think there's a chance you string a couple of big plays together and the tide can turn very quickly.
And that does it for...
Thanks very much, Draymond.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. This big mountain of a man is Shaquille O'Neal. Golden State found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. They gathered some serious momentum in the second quarter, and as well as they played, it's a little bit of a surprise that their lead isn't more than 7. And that's all we can do for now.
An amazing view of the new eastern span of the beautiful Bay Bridge, which opened in 2013. Welcome back to Oakland, everyone. And the third quarter about ready to get underway. One of the great stories here, Nick Young getting it done today.
And I love the game plan in that first half. They really valued each possession.
Efficient so far with the shots.
Bucks trail by 7. Iguodala is at the 3 with Green playing the 4. Young is out there with Durant, and it's McGee in at the 5, down low. That's Steve Kerr's 5 as we get into the second half. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And it's 6 points for Tyler Zeller.
You just watch the way the Warriors run their offense, and you have to think about the way that Steve Kerr had set things up. So many options and cuts on every play, using the three-point line to spread out the defense and find angles and niches to attack. Rarely relies on the ever-present NBA isolation plays.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. At the elbow, Zeller. Parker kicks to Antetokounmpo over Iguodala. Here's Zeller. The shot is good off the backboard. Zeller's got 8 points.
Tremendous effort. He will not be denied on the offensive glass.
Green, no luck. And with the fluid offense that Kerr has the Warriors running right now, Brent, it's as effective as it gets and has been for his whole tenure. The passing is just superb.
Well, it's an unreal offensive system with unreal shooters, Kevin. And so, guys understand that if we keep moving around and we keep moving the ball, everybody's going to have a shot to make a shot and to make the kind of contributions to the team offensively that they're used to. The fantastic part about what Steve's done, though, is the accountability on the defensive end, as Golden State is one of the primetime defenses every year.
Pick by Zeller. Here's Antetokounmpo. And Zeller kicks to Middleton. Outside Jennings. He dishes it to Antetokounmpo. It's back to Jennings. From deep. Draymond Green with the rebound. Warriors leading by 9. To the paint. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
Yeah, it's just not a good pass. I don't know what he's thinking there. A poor decision.
Timeout called, the Bucks.
How about last year, Draymond Green pulled off one of the more improbable and impossible statistical games. He had a triple-double with points not even being involved. First ever in the NBA. 4 points, 12 boards, 10 assists, and 10 steals. Wow.
You know, Brent, thinking back to Draymond's triple-double, he also had 5 blocks in that game. He was 6 points away, in fact, from getting a quadruple-double, and 5 from getting a quadruple-double without points.
As unreal stat line, and probably a lot of people who still get newspapers, Kevin, looked at those numbers and thought, wow, the printing machine must be broken. That game was on another level. To just have 4 points in that contest shows you that Draymond Green puts the emphasis on all the other things that he does so well.
Milwaukee making a switch here. John Henson's checked in for Tyler Zeller. Maker comes in for Jabari Parker. Tony Snell's checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Terry in for Brandon Jennings. Caspi, he's checked in for the Warriors. Here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 6.
And way to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Durant kicks to Iguodala. That's tipped. And now here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Here's Durant and the jam by Kevin Durant.
Yeah, there's some explosiveness inside Kevin Durant. He shows it off there.
And the replay presented, of course, by Under Armour. Unleash chaos. Great stuff and some great basketball going on. Snell, no good. Warriors leading by 9. Iguodala kicks to Durant. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Perfect defense. Contesting without fouling. Exactly what you want to do, especially deep into the paint.
And the dunk by Maker.
Man, Antetokounmpo just distributing the ball so quickly and finding that open man with ease.
The Bucks have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. And that one misses.
Some great defenses can be built on these 2 R's, reacting and recovering. And you can see that the Warriors are one of the top teams in doing just that. Great help defense, great rotation, and communication. Big reason why they had the lowest opponent field goal percentage against last season.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. And for the Warriors, a lot of talk before last season was centered around how they would protect the rim with changes at the center spot. Turns out they would be just fine.
Well, they already had that guy, Draymond Green, who's a heck of a defensive player and won the Defensive Player of the Year award. But there was Kevin Durant and how he was going to fit in. I think the one thing I appreciate most is that for a great player like Durant, who'd won an MVP, had been in the finals, is a perennial scoring leader in the league, that he went about his business accepting the responsibility of what he needed to do defensively for the Warriors to maintain championship caliber play. It was a remarkable year for him on that end of the floor.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. David West, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Young comes in for Caspi, and it's Livingston in for Green. And then for Milwaukee, Parker's checked in for Antetokounmpo. Chris Middleton comes in for Tony Snell. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Jason Terry.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Bledsoe kicks to Maker. Back to Bledsoe. In the corner, Middleton with it from outside the arc. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. 9 points for Chris Middleton.
Coaching staff has to like that ball movement, and it began with Bledsoe.
There's the screen. Livingston kicks to Durant. Milwaukee with the rebound. Maker's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Bledsoe left side. Off the mark from 16 feet out.
And getting a hand in the shooter's face, locking down that in-between area.
Just taking on the challenge on every possession. I love defenders who give nothing away. And that's good passing down low. He's good at working the ball deep into the post.
Bucks trail by 8. Timeout called, the Bucks. Well, for a long time, most media guides had Kevin Durant listed at 6'9". Most players and fans knew, Brent, that was dated information from when Durant first joined the league. He's clearly grown since entering the NBA.
It took a while for Kevin Durant to actually admit to the fact that he was 7 feet tall in shoes. So we finally have that tidbit of information that's so critical to whether or not Kevin Durant is a good player or a great player, right? I'm kidding, Kevin.
He is. Some changes. Looney comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Caspian for Andre Iguodala. And then for Milwaukee, Tyler Zeller's checked in for Henson. Shabazz Muhammad comes in for Maker. And Giannis Antetokounmpo subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. And the basket is good. 10 points for Tyler Zeller.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
Livingston with it. He's against Parker. And Young kicks it to West. Just 5 to shoot. No coverage that time. Caspi's got 6.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
26 seconds left in the third. Here's Antetokounmpo.
Man, he's missing those kind of good looks. His team is in some serious trouble.
Parker with the steal. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. 8 points for him. Yep, it counts. He's got 10.
You got to try to body Giannis up and knock him off balance because he's very consistent on the interior.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. Back right after this. Now let's listen in to head coach Steve Kerr.
Hey, we've been really solid. Everybody's been really...
Just 1 quarter left in regulation. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Here is Livingston and Milwaukee looking at who they've got. Parker out there with Zeller. Then there's Bledsoe. Then there's Shabazz Muhammad. And it's Middleton in at the 2 spot. And the Warriors with possession here. Here's Durant. And Kevin Durant with the slam.
Good anticipation there from Iguodala, who is a very good passer.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. He feeds it to Zeller. And the dunk by Zeller.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. McGee is screen on Antetokounmpo. Outside, Green. The basket good off the assist from Durant. 12 points for Draymond Green.
Man, I love to see Draymond Green getting hot from the field. We'll see if the other guys keep finding him.
For 3, Middleton, and another 3 for Milwaukee.
Another bomb for him right now. His three-point shooting might be the key to cutting that lead.
Well, he's doing everything he can to make them competitive. And by everything, I mean draining threes.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Yeah, the body language right now is not looking good for this basketball team. The game might be out of reach, but they have to avoid mistakes like that.
Warriors leading by 9. Outside Durant. Just over a minute and a half played here in the 4th. That one misses. And Milwaukee will come the other way. Parker right side. over Green. Parker's shot is off. Golden State's gotten off 12 shots from beyond the arc tonight, hitting 7 of them. Iguodala with it, and Zeller picks him up defensively. And Durant gets it to go. And Brent, 14 years in the NBA, you spent about half your time on the defensive end. Of all the guys you were matched up against, who was surprisingly difficult to cover?
It's funny, Kevin, because a lot of coaches would tell you I did not spend half of my time on the defensive end.
Well, I know better. I know better.
Surprisingly difficult to stop, I would tell you, it would be Mitch Richmond. Many years in Sacramento playing for the Kings. He was known as the Rock, and I can tell you why. Running into him and his physicality as a two-guard was very, very difficult to stop. One of the game's greatest two-guards.
Sturdy, wasn't he? He was thick. He was hard to move is what I think about it.
He was very thick and physical, which was something that I was certainly not. And they also ran a myriad of screens for him on every possession. The most potent offensive player they had was Mitch Richmond, and they would get him open every time. So a very difficult cover for me.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened to what the head coach from Milwaukee was getting across to his team in the huddle. No surprise, he was not happy with the turnovers. He told them, "We are giving this one away, guys. We've got to be more careful with the ball, play within the offense, and get good open shots." Kevin?
Let's go.
On the free throw, no good. Warriors leading by 10. They kick it out to Green. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here.
Still Warriors ball.
Inside, here's Livingston. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Love the way that Sean Livingston goes to work when he's on the floor. He knows exactly what his strengths are and how to run an offense. He can act as a scorer at times and usually does it from that mid-range post area. As a guard, not many three-point shots, but devastating from about 8 feet out.
Free throw good, Livingston. And with the height that Sean Livingston has, he provides a mismatch for smaller guards. Also can pass right over the top of them. Brett, I got to tell you, he reminds me a bit of how you used to play.
Well, there's no way that I had that kind of post game, Kevin, but it's very nice of you. I appreciate that. Sean does a great job, however, of finding the spots on the floor where he can be most effective. He does not try to do things whenever he's not at that 12 to 16-foot range where he does most of his damage.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots and also finishing strong.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Golden State. Kevin Durant comes in for Sean Livingston. Jason Terry, he's checked in for the Bucks. And the slam dunk by McGee.
How about the overall ball movement? Green whipping the rock over to his open teammate. Good look. What a year for JaVale McGee to re-find his form and some confidence as an NBA player. Signed with the Warriors, played his way into their rotation, and after being on the verge of possibly being out of the NBA, he was a huge piece of a championship caliber team.
Chris Middleton's checked in for Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo passes to Henson. To the middle. And it's JaVale McGee with the foul. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. Middleton, and he drops in the layup off the glass. And for McGee, a lot of it was just finding the right situation.
Well, to me, for McGee, it wasn't so much about the fit and the style of play. It was about the character around him. And I think that Steve Kerr and collectively the roster just wanted to empower JaVale McGee to go out and be effective on the floor. A tremendous comeback year for that young player.
Shoots from 14. Middleton can't get it to go.
Not a lot of defense there. You can't afford to let guys shoot freely from the mid-range. They're not going to miss those all that often.
Outside Durant. Passes it to Iguodala. 5 on the clock. Caspi for 3. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Durant's got assist number 8 here in this one already.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Warriors.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out, and doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for Kevin Durant.
He painted a great picture on the offensive end with the ball movement tonight. Really racked up some assists and had some pretty sweet passes to go along with it.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Well, the D has no answers right now for Antetokounmpo. They're out there trying to spell his last name instead of trying to defend the guy.
Green with a screen on Antetokounmpo. Stolen by Henson. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Milwaukee now. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. The shot comes out. Great D that time from Green. Iguodala dishes to Durant. Outside, Green. McGee inside. Caspi for 3. No good on the shot. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Katie. The ball was moving tonight. What's been the key to the offense clicking lately?
Well, we just found an open man. Our point guard is doing a great job of getting everybody involved, and we're just playing off each other right now.
Yeah, you can see there's a lot of trust out there with you guys. Thanks very much, Kevin. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long.